August, and you can enjoy that with us exclusively live here on BT Sport. And a reminder that every game of next season's UEFA Champions League is again exclusively live on BT Sport, starting with the August playoff round, which will include Liverpool. The Europa League is also covered from the September group stages right through to the final next May. There are 42 matches from the Premier League exclusively live on BT Sport next season, starting again in August. And BT Sport also has live games in every round of the FA Cup, including the final. 4 competitions, 1 venue. Tonight has been very much the night of Real Madrid. A fabulous performance, a comfortable 4-1 victory in the game in the end against Juventus. And Real Madrid win their 12th Champions League stroke European Cup trophy. Quite an achievement from quite a club. The celebrations will go on long into the night. Their supporters haven't moved one iota. We can still hear them right behind us, singing away and celebrating away. A special evening for the club.
Yeah, this is great. This is history being made. This club expect to win trophies, expect to get to finals, and these guys are delivering. Yeah. Year in, year out. Expectations are being met, and I'm sure they'll be going again in the summer. They've got a big transfer window. I'm sure they'll be reshuffling their pack as they do and bringing in more great players to add to the history of this great club.
Yeah, some great scenes out there now as well. They're celebrating with the kids. Ramos's little one inside the trophy. I hope he's not still in there now. I hope let him out. Especially now they're shaking it around.
Yeah. So many people out there enjoying the night. Celebrations are going to go on for long and into tomorrow. Mac, and I'll tell you what it's like over in Madrid when you win it.
Yeah. What's it like that when you return to Madrid? One of those incredible
I was speaking to some of the security lads today. They said they're going to go home tonight, but they're not going to celebrate until tomorrow evening. They're going to go around the town hall first, and then they're going to party properly tomorrow. And they go around the Cibeles, the fountain there, and it's something to behold. But because they got back really late last year, I think they're going to do it properly tomorrow.
But what does this mean to Real Madrid as a player that was there for a few years?
Well, it just strengthens their belief that they're the greatest ever. You know, the fact that it is the duodecima, the 12th time they've won it, 3 times in the last 4 years. I think you have to go back to the Liverpool side in the late 70s really, to get that kind of momentum. Barcelona won it 3 times in 6 years. So this is another just step up for them, isn't it? They're speaking to the presidents. Once they get to the final, their years under Pep Guardiola, they would ram it down the faces of the Real Madrid players. So it's their little bit back at them. There's been a lot between Sergio Ramos and Gerard Piqué this year. The fact that he's won again.
They'll be playing together in a couple of weeks. I think there'll be a bit of banter.
There'll be a few messages between them tonight.
Yeah.
But this is what it's all about for this football club, because Mackie, you'll know better than us, but if you came here and just won the league for a few years and didn't get anywhere in the Champions League, you'd be dismissed out of the window.
It's not enough. It's not
enough.
For a lot of clubs, that's enough.
Well, I mean, they do splash out and they do get the best players to come, along with Barcelona. Those are the 2 clubs in the world that still attract the superstars, generally, aren't they?
Yeah, they do. But credit to Zidane, he hasn't really gone out and splashed huge amounts of money. I think they're in profit since he took over the manager's job. But I'm sure the president's going to back him with whatever players he wants now to make them even stronger.
I mean, where would you strengthen that side?
For me, I think they can get a better goalkeeper. I think
they will.
All the other places they're probably covered, but maybe they can bring in players that can strengthen the bench.
I think which
is a scary thought.
If James Rodriguez goes, possibly Morata may leave the same. That could generate £80-90 million already for them to spend. There's talk about them trying to get a centre forward, and they are interested in Mbappe at Monaco, aren't they? But I think that's certainly what they're looking at. But it looks all a little bit chaotic down there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the only other place you'd say is Benzema. When you look at him in terms of goals returned, I think he gives you a lot more, and I think he's a great asset to this football club and to these teams, and the other players benefit from him playing. But if you're talking about just goals from a goal scorer, number 9 in the team, that's an area maybe you can improve in this team. And Mbappe seems like the guy they're talking about at the moment.
I don't think there's any doubt about the picture that the photographers want. They're trying to get Ronaldo.
He's used to having security.
He'll find space even there, wouldn't he?
He's used to having security to sort that type of stuff, but he can't believe it, look.
This evening, of course, all started, didn't it, with a Cristiano Ronaldo goal. We've become accustomed to that. Let's remind ourselves of how Real Madrid won this evening. And the first goal was a great move from Real Madrid, an element of good fortune with a deflection, but good stuff.
Superb run from Cruz, great hold-up play by Benzema, and Carvajal, who was my man of the match tonight, actually. I thought he was superb.
Head of Ronaldo.
A great pass and a good finish from Ronaldo. Yeah. Ronaldo didn't do nothing until he scored.
True.
And he's obviously deadly in front of goals, scores goals. But I think in terms of a performance from start to finish, Carvajal was superb tonight.
No, it was a lovely finish by him, wasn't it? I know it took a slight deflection. Ball's curling away from Buffon, who's slightly unsighted. But he just puts things on target all the time, doesn't he? There's no slashing at it high and wide or anything like that. It's just on target. And this was
what about this for a goal, Steve?
This was an incredible goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ball doesn't touch the floor. Sancho's pass to Higuain. Higuain's layoff to Mandzukic, and then the finish. He had a poor second half, unfortunately, Mandzukic. You thought this was a crowning moment.
Imagine scoring a goal like that and not winning, losing. That would be devastating.
There'll be some strikers who'll be happy with that, though. I've done my bit. Everyone else, you've been happy with it. That's what you'd have said to get Harry. I've done my bit. What about
I wouldn't have been happy. I'd have been less disappointed.
That's what strikers do. I've done my part. You guys let me down.
Yeah. Well, it was tight the first half, wasn't it? Wasn't much in it. Both sides had their opportunities, but very different the second half.
I thought Juve were on top. I thought they were the aggressive team. You know, they were creating the better chances.
Yeah. There's talk about a foul there before, and then he runs up and scores, of course, with a deflection. A bit of luck you need in a final.
I don't think that's a foul. No. I think he goes over too early, and you know he gets a huge stroke of luck with the strike, but you know you need them bits of luck in big finals for them to go your way.
I mean that.
I thought Casemiro defensively today was very good. He was the enforcer. He broke a lot of things up. And he went and had a pot shot in front of goal.
Look at the spin there. It's actually outside the post. Then it's curls in. Poor Buffon. You felt for him at that stage.
You really did, didn't you? If anything, you wanted it to be another goal, because it wouldn't have been fair if they finished 2-1 with a goal like that. Yeah. But this goal I thought was brilliant. Yeah. Ronaldo's desire to get on the end of it.
His movement in the box, incredible. He's got everything.
Yeah.
I mean, here, Sancho sees the run from Modric. He's just got to go with him. It's basic defending that. You just got to go with the danger. He doesn't. He tries to engage the ball. Does a bit of no man's land here, and Chiellini should really protect the front post there. He doesn't. Bonucci should identify that and then come across, but he doesn't. But Ronaldo runs the front post. A lot of strikers don't do that because they don't think the ball's going to come there. But
I think from a midfielder's point of view as well, I think Pjanic should be disappointed. You know, he's the one who can see Ronaldo, but the speed of him, he just leaves him for dead.
Incredible, isn't he? And then 4-1. By this stage, it was all over anyway, really. But consolation goal, Asensio.
Nice tap in for Asensio, the young lad.
Nice memory for him.
Oh, brilliant, isn't it? Marcelo again had a decent enough game. Goes past Lamina really, really easily. And again, sticks it right on the play for him. A little tap in from 6 yards. Oh, lovely.
There he goes. I'll remember that for an awfully long time. The Cuadrado, the sending off, second yellow card, looked in. I mean, it's one of those irritating things. You just think, why'd you do that?
Yeah, it's harsh
for Ramos.
Obviously, there's a bit of contact, but Ramos makes the most of it.
That was the first one, obviously.
But there's going to be a bit of soul searching for him tonight. I think he'll be disappointed in.
Here we go.
In what he
strong tackle.
Stephen said it right. Why give him the opportunity to do something? Just don't go anywhere near him. Just stands on his foot there. But I mean, the reaction's ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean, do me a favour.
3 pirouettes. I mean, it's ridiculous.
No, Ramos he'll be embarrassed after. When Ramos sees that tomorrow, he thinks,
do you think so?
I don't think he will.
I'm not sure he will.
It's got to be, man. You can't sit there and think you're going to... If my son watched me do that, I'd be embarrassed to look at my son in the eye. But he's got the guy sent off, and the game was over from that moment. And so there's an element of where these teammates say thank you to him. But listen, Ramos is a world-class player, someone who's doing it at the top level for a long time, won many trophies, club and country.
Great player. That's what we're getting to do with that.
It must be to wind PK up, that's what he does.
Takes the net.
They're all having a snip away there, look at that. Yeah. I wonder what they do with those bits of net.
Put it in the garage, probably.
Great stuff. Cristiano once again. Spending a bit of time with the supporters, he so often does as well. pretty patient with everyone, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. We were talking about it before. We went to the
Saw him last
night, and he's just signing autographs like it's nothing. I wouldn't have been down in any area where there are people night before a Champions League final, biggest game of your life. He's there signing autographs, taking pictures of people, spending time with young kids, and he's used to this lifestyle. It's part of his lifestyle now, and he's a real team guy.
Zinedine Zidane with the trophy with his family. Magical memories for him, and well, it took him a while to actually kind of go into full-time management with a big club. I mean, he started at the top, obviously, but he seems to be quite decent at it.
Incredible player, and it looks like he's going to go on to achieve even more as a manager. And he just takes it in a stride. He seems so cool about it and relaxed and laid back.
I think that's the type of manager that you need, isn't it? It just doesn't faze him at all. He wants to stay out the limelight. He probably wants to get off the pitch as soon as possible.
OK, let's take a little breather. We'll have lots more reaction before we say goodnight. And before we do finish, a chance to look ahead to... We can hear from Tony Cruz. He's with Des.
Tony, what does this mean, defending this trophy?
Unbelievable. I didn't expect that it is possible to defend this title, because it's so difficult to win it once, but to do it twice in a row is fantastic, unbelievable.
Third in 4 years. Does this team now deserve to be remembered right up there with some of the best?
Yeah, absolutely. I think to win it 3 times in the last 4 years means a lot, and it means that it's not only a good team on the pitch, also off the pitch, and it's like that. I'm happy to be part of the team.
Ronaldo's performance again tonight. We're running out of words to describe how good Ronaldo is. 2 goals again tonight. Tell us what he means to you and your team.
Yeah, everybody knows that he's very important. I think as a team we played very good in the quarterfinals and the semi-final, and also today. But at the end you need that guy that scored to win this title, and he did, and he was fantastic the last 2-3 months. Unbelievable.
It's a sensational statement by this team that you've managed to score in every single game of this season, and against one of the great defences tonight you did it again.
Yeah, it not surprises me because we have a great offense, but of course we knew that Juventus is an unbelievable good defending team. I think before today they only had 3 goals against them, and today 4 in one game, so it's it shows our quality, I think.
Right for a third next time round, next year?
Yeah, I hope so, but I don't think about this today.
Enjoy tonight, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure the celebrations are gone now. There's Sir Alex Ferguson welcoming who else but Cristiano Ronaldo, former player, of course, of Sir Alex's when he was at Manchester United, and he's gone on to bigger and better things. Gareth Bale's getting in on the old net act. They're all cutting out a snippet of net.
A hairnet, or?
Well, he's got plenty of hair. He can hide. Right, looking ahead now, like Real Madrid have won. They're very dominant. You know, it's been quite a while now since an English team won it. How close? Oh, a British team. We've got Celtic. We could have 6 teams in it in next season. So that we, I suppose, if you've got more numbers, you've got more chance. How far off are English clubs?
Quite away. The quality that the 2 teams we saw today, the Bayern Munichs of this world, the Paris Saint-Germains, the Barcelonas, I think there's still a fair gap between them teams. And I think the recruitment this summer is a big moment for the English teams to really change the cycle of things and the way it's gone, because England teams for far too long now, 3 or 4 or 5 years, have been way off.
Yeah. And Liverpool, I mean, they've qualified for the Champions League. Well, they're going to have to go through the qualifying stages, but can they compete yet?
I think it's important, the recruitment, as Rio says. The next 3-4 players for Liverpool are going to be very big. If they get the targets that they're after, who knows, maybe they can compete. But I think whilst the likes of Messi and Ronaldo about, it's difficult for everyone out there because they are operating on a different level.
And Celtic, Brendan Rodgers, your former manager, have had a fabulous season.
Incredible season.
I mean, if they could get through a group, that would be in itself a success.
Yeah, of course, they're going to have to go through the qualifying process as well, but I think with Brendan in charge, they're playing very, very good football. The players love him, and the confidence from winning the treble, hopefully they can get into the group stages and then try and get out.
Yeah. give you Chelsea and Manchester City. I mean, probably looking at it, the two teams you would say are more likely to do as well as anyone.
The thing what we always talk about with the English teams is who they go. We know we're going to go mad in the transfer market in the summer. City have already started. Bought it looks like the goalkeeper Bernardo Silva. They're talking about bringing Mendy and they're talking about bringing other people in. They have to be our best possible chance. We don't know who Chelsea will keep, whether Costa will stay, whether someone else will go, but we'll have a better idea in August, September when the Premier League teams have spent £1 billion.
Tottenham have looked a really good side this season, but they're back at Wembley and that's not kind of happened for them so far. But I suppose the longer they're there, the more familiar they'll be with the surrounding. Yeah,
I think it'll help them having all the home games there in the league as well. But I think Tottenham would have to spend big to compete with this Real Madrid team.
Giving you the last word. Well, not quite the last word, but Manchester United won the Europa League, shows they can win in Europe, although looking at the difference in
Manchester United, they've begun to get a mentality for winning. That's what they gained this season, which they haven't had for the last few years. Now they're again the recruitment. I think it's important to get this team, get the best out of the players. A team built around the likes of Pogba and get the best out of them. That's the task for Jose this year, for them to be able to even have a chance of competing in this tournament.
The final word has to be about Real Madrid, the magnificent achievement. They'll be favourites to be.
They'll be favourites definitely
next season, won't they?
They'll bring in players to improve the squad. I mean, they've got a fantastic squad already. You talk about letting Morata go, or
James Rodriguez couldn't make the bench.
Can't make the bench. Pepe didn't make the bench. Lucas Vazquez players. So they've got a phenomenal squad, and someone's going to have to do something. If anything, Barcelona now under big pressure. New manager in, they're going to have to spend a lot of money and bring in superstars.
No, they certainly are. Gentlemen, we've run out of time finally. Steve, thank you very much. Steve as well. Rio, it's been a pleasure as always. That's it from us at the end of a wonderful Champions League season. Real Madrid have become the first team to retain the trophy in the modern era. They really are